I know that people might think that I'm crazy for saying that, but hear me out. Hey guys, what's up? It's Alyse, and today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart, and I'm crossing my fingers that the palm trees above me are not going to create so much wind that this audio is unbearable to listen to. Today I want to talk about negativity, positivity, and everything in between. So this has kind of come up in a lot of conversations for me recently. I was just on the phone with one of my best friends, and she was talking about her work situation and how all of her coworkers are just complaining, very, very often complaining about the boss, complaining about the work situation. And I also have had past jobs where I've experienced that, where, you know, a lot of my coworkers were very, very fun people, very good people at heart, but they were complaining and very negative about many different situations, and I've had that pattern present in almost every job that I've had. Okay guys, I am back home now. It was just a little too windy outside when I was trying to record earlier, and of course I'm now ready to sit down and record again, and there is a tattoo shop right next to where I live. They're playing the bass so loud, so you might possibly hear some background noise. Hopefully it will be like a nice beat to this video. I'm just trying to think on the more positive side. Okay, so back to what I was saying before. Basically, we're all kind of in agreement and understanding that this world is a fairly dark place. There is a lot of negativity, a lot of complaining, there is violence, there is all sorts of crazy stuff going on in this world today, and we all know that, we all understand that. So the question is, how do we separate ourselves from that violence? How do we stop ourselves from getting pulled into that darkness? And a lot of people ask me in particular how I do this, because somehow I maintain composure and keep shining my light even when all of this is going around me. So I just want to share with you, like, in a more casual way, how I deal with this on a personal basis, how I kind of like separate myself from all of this craziness going on. The first thing is, I really truly do believe, deep down within me, every part of me believes that every single person in this world is a good, kind person, and that if there is darkness coming out from them, if they are acting in an immoral, unethical, or just plain mean way, it's because they are struggling in one way or another. I know that people might think that I'm crazy for saying that, but hear me out. I'm not saying that I trust everybody. I definitely use discernment when talking to people, when interacting with people, and spending time in other people's energy. As much as I think and believe that everyone is a good person at heart, I know that people are struggling with something. People might be struggling with multiple things, and because of that, their actions might not truly align with that love that is inside of them somewhere. So I guess that's the first thing that I want to say. And like I said, my thoughts are kind of jumbled on this. I haven't planned out this video. I just felt really inspired to sit down and talk about this because, like I said, it was coming up in a couple of conversations recently for me. Another conversation it came up with was with Brian Turner, and there's actually a video on his channel that we filmed together at the YouTube house, which you can check out. And we were talking about self-esteem and negativity from other people and how that can impact us, and how to like remain positive, stay true to ourselves, and separate ourselves from that negativity. Whether it's in a work environment, a school environment, family environment, intimate relationship, any of those situations, you have the ability to remove yourself from those situations. And it might take a little bit of planning. It might take a little bit of like figuring out in your head, how can you remove yourself? Like, how can you move out of your parents' house? Or how can you move to a different part of town or a different state than your sister who is really mentally abusing you and not knowing that she is? You know, everybody has a different situation. You might be surrounded by like 10 incredibly negative people in your life who are kind of pulling you into that darkness, or you might be surrounded by just one person. You might have one person who like really brings you down, and no matter what your situation is, there's always one little thing that you can do every single day to start moving towards where you want to be. Another thing that I do that helps me separate myself from this darkness or negativity or complaints is I logically think to myself, is feeding into this flame going to extinguish the flame? Is being a part of these complaining conversation, is being a part of these negative conversations going to help in any way, like, shrink this problem in the world? No, it's not at all. The only thing that is going to really eliminate the negativity and the darkness from the world is by shining your light and spreading the love within you. You have the choice with every action that you take, with every word that comes out of your mouth, with every single thing that you do or say, to spread love, to spread positivity, or to contribute to the abundance of negativity in the world. It's in your hands with every single thing that you do. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and it's something that we oftentimes forget and don't even realize, that we have the power to contribute positively to the world and turn this all around. When you feel like you're stuck in the middle of a conversation with people who are either gossiping about somebody or complaining or just talking negatively in one form or another, you have the ability to walk away from that conversation. You have the ability to redirect that conversation and say something like, hey, let's talk about this instead, or hey, what do you think is the most positive part of this situation that you're in, and just kind of like rewire the way that the conversation is going. You have the ability to do that, and I know oftentimes it might feel like you're an alien or you're a weirdo if you end up doing something like that, but all it takes is doing it a couple of times and getting more used to it, and then it'll start to come naturally, and you just won't want to participate in a conversation like that, and it will naturally come through you to redirect the conversation or to simply walk away. So another thing that I do to kind of separate myself from the negativity in the world is I actually refrain from watching any news or reading any news articles. And I know that you might think this is crazy, and I'm not necessarily saying that you should do the same, but I do think it would be beneficial to at least decrease the amount of news that you are tuning into, especially if it's all negative news. There are places that you can go to find more positive news, and I'm gonna share a couple links down in the description below. One in particular is a place where you can only see positive news, and a second one is actually something that Addison showed me a while ago, which is on Imgur, and you can just see all of these positive acts of kindness in the world, and it's a really good place to go if you just want to feel uplifted and feel more positive. Examine the things that you're tolerating in your life. Think about what you are letting into your space, both physical space and mental space, what you're listening to, tuning into, the people that you're surrounding yourself by, the work environment that you're in, the home environment. Pay attention to these things and understand that they all contribute to the way that you feel and the things that you think. I have personally been tweaking all of these things in my life for the past 2 to 3 years, and I strongly believe that all of this tweaking and paying attention to these things has allowed me to become a more positive person, separate myself from the negativity and the darkness, and just continue to share the love that I feel inside of myself. I hope that you resonate with this video and took at least one thing away from it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone who you feel could benefit from listening to this message that I shared with you today. And in case you haven't gotten a hug from somebody today, here's a hug through the computer or through the phone. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye!